One of the most important thing in PMP exam is the management of time. As soon as you sit in the PMP exam, your clock start ticking and you have 230 minutes for clearing PMP exam. 230 minutes. My name is Amali and I am project management consultant and I help people to get certified PMP in the minimum possible time. In this video, I'm gonna share what strategy you can use to clear PMP exam. How can you manage time for PMP exam? Now, this is something that if you are my own student, I actually called you one night before. So we have been very lucky that since last 2 weeks, a lot of students have cleared. Now we have 96 certified PMP in 2021, and all of them have given feedback that that last call actually make a difference. So I thought, why not I share this thing with all of you. So, how to tackle the time in real PMP exam? You have 180 question, you have 230 minutes. 230. The clock will be moving in the negative direction. 230, 229, 228 until 00 and your time is up. Now, when you go into PMP exam, the first thing you need to understand the PMP exam is basically a combination of three exams. There are 180 questions, there are 180 question, 60, 60, and 60. So what you need to do, you need a strategy that how you can do it. Why? Because exam although have 60, 60, 60 question, but the clock is ticking. Even if you take all the time for the first 60 question, the exam will not say move forward or something like that. So you need your strategy. You need to know you have to complete 60 question and then take a break. After 60 question, what happens when you take 60 question? The exam asks you, do you want to review? If you want to review the mark question, do it. If you don't want to review, then the exam then asks, do you want to take break? Then you have a 10-minute break, and those 10-minute break is not counted in 230 minutes. So you go for the break for 10-minute break and you come back. Now your clock is again ticking back. Now you have 61 to 120 question. The same thing happened. The exam again asks you after 120 question, do you want to take a break? And if you take a break, now you have last 60 question and whatever the time is remaining. So what strategy, what formula I do recommend? In my opinion, 70, 70, 70. First 60 question you must complete in first 70 minutes. Then 61 to 120 question, 70 minutes. Then 121 to 180 question, 70 minutes. So 70, 70, 70. How much? 210 minutes. So what do we are left with? 20 minutes as contingency reserves. If you are preparing for PMP exam, I am sure you must know what is contingency reserve. So that 20 minute is your contingency reserve. This time you must spend on difficult question. As a normal strategy, like what happened, the first section of PMP is particularly more difficult. Either it is more difficult or we are students are not sure what is happening there, confused and anxiety and all those things. So normally they spend more time in the first 60 question. It's perfectly fine as long as you don't spend more than 85 to 90 minutes. If you start spending more than 85 minutes, you are taking time from the other areas. So if your first section is particularly difficult and you want to spend more time, good. But once you reached at 85 minutes, once you reach at 85 minute, so what do you mean by 85 minute? If you minus 230, 85, it becomes like I would say 145 or 150. So though you are there, now you need to worry. Now you need to, maybe if you are left with 5 or 10 question, now you need to read the only last line and try to answer the question. Why? It is possible that the second section is easier, or the third section. Most of the time second or third section is easier. So after that time you need to hurry up, and maybe even if you just read the last line, try to do the last five questions. Now you are left with 150 minute, almost, or 75 minute. Or if you are left with 145 minute, if you spend 90 minutes there, or 85 minute. Now, for the second section, you start doing the question. It is also possible the first section was very hard, the second section is hard, because PMP exam follow belly curve. One portion is very hard, one is hard, and the one is particularly comparatively easy. So now here you can spend like 75 minutes so that you are left for the last 60 question with 70 minutes. Now, this is very important. Okay, if this was very hard and you want to spend, you can spend maybe 80 minutes and still have last 60 65 minutes. No way, you should not have less than 60 or 65 minutes for the last 60 question. Why? These last 60 question can define your result of PMP exam. Now you need to really work on the last section. You go to the break, you are with the last section. Now what happens? Let's say you are left with the last 10 question in only 5 minutes. What do? Read the last line and answer all 10 questions. Now you have answered all the question. Now if you are left with 2 minutes, okay, you can come back and read one of those questions and try to answer. You see, this is very important that you complete your exam. PMP exam does not have negative marking. So it is paramount that you clear the entire 180 question. You go through 180 question. Once again, even if you are stuck with just 60 questions, the exam is not going to ask you break. You need to have a plan. You need to decide that yes, I want to do it this way. This is my formula. This is what I preach to my students, and it has worked pretty well. We have like 99.5 success rate, something like that. So 97 students appeared in the exam, 96 have cleared. So whatever the math is, I'm not sure, you can do it. So, guys, implement it. And if you have a different way to manage time, do tell me. And yes, Madhvan, I'm awake. You know, I like to work in the night. So, thank you very much, guys. Implement this in your PMP exam and become a certified PMP. And if you do tell me. I would love to record your journey and share it with others. Bye bye.